Quincy, and we are going to go through some of our progressions in multiplication and show you how we work up to the area model. This tends to be the one that parents ask the most about at parent-teacher conferences, so I did want to show you a few ways how we get there. So this is kind of third grade. We used to make arrays. We'd say, how many is 3 rows of 4? And we would say, what, Quincy? 3 groups of 4 is 12. Quincy is mouthing from the back as the director and camera woman. This really gives the students a strong grasp and a pictorial model. I try not to say 3 times 4 because I find that tends to be a little abstract. If I say 3 groups of 4, I'm really reinforcing that is 4 3s, or in this case, 3 4s for 12. Beginning of this year, we kind of started with how many stars do you see? Well, if I see 3 rows of 6, that is going to be 18. That takes the students into things like area, a super important standard in 4th grade. Instead of saying, oh, it's just length times width. Well, what we do want to is continue to talk about the area or the amount of square tiles inside of a rectangle. So this would be 6 rows of 4, which gives us 24 inches squared. Really going to the idea of, well, this is 6 groups of 4, and that's why it is 24, right? Because there would be 24 1-inch by 1-inch tiles within that rectangle. And Quincy, if you follow me over here, we went over to 4th grade, and we started talking about that 3 times 4 is 12. Well, 12 is 1, 10, and 2 ones. Well, what would happen if you went to 3 times 40, or 10 times greater? And we talked about why we regroup and what happens with those things. Well, when you multiply something by 10, you're talking about making a group of 10. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And any time, addition, subtraction, multiplication, you have a group of 10, well, you're regrouping it and moving it up 1 place value. So this essentially becomes 100, because that is 10 tenths. And these ones become 10 tenths. And so we end up with 2 there, 0 here, and we get to 120. This is a pattern we really enforce. If 3 groups of 4 is 12, then 3 40s must be 120. Well, in this case, we also would talk about 3 groups of 400 would be 1,200. And that takes us into the area model. Instead of drawing 3 rows of 60, we start to kind of think of it as an abstract. We still think of this as how many squares is within this rectangular model. In this case, 3 times 6 would be 18, so 3 groups of 60 would be 180. But it is still really, if we were to draw 60 lines there in 3 rows, we could conceivably count all those. This week, we are moving to 30 times 60. If we think of 30 as really 3 times 10, and we think of 60 as 6 times 10, we can continue to use our extended math facts. This is really 30 times 60. Well, if 3 times 6 is 18, 30 rows of 6 would be 180. 30 rows of 60, or 10 times greater again, must make this 1,800. And understanding that is really the basis of a very important 4th grade standard, which is using the area model for multi-digit multiplication. I hope that helps. I hope we didn't go too fast. As always, any questions, please let me know. Quincy, thank you so much.